going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Breaking for Movies with Chadwick Davis. Today, my guest is DB8 himself. He's been on our podcast for the Cinebros a couple times. He did the Star Wars special with us. Today, we are going to be watching a movie called Gambit.
Already laughing.
Already laughing at it. It was a straight to video. Never even got released in the movie theaters.
I didn't know that.
Yep. It stars Cameron Diaz, Colin Firth, and Alan Rickman, who is the main reason why we are going to be watching this movie. Alan Rickman just recently passed away a couple days ago. Very sad. He was a very, very well-liked actor. He was huge overseas.
I actually cried.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I can see it, man. I know he's very well known for Harry Potter, obviously. But he's also known as one of the better villains, I think, in movie history with Hans Gruber from Die Hard. I don't know anybody that can say that they didn't like that character. He was such an evil character. That he was just so perfect. And, obviously, like we said, from Harry Potter. But from what I've been reading, he was huge on the stage overseas. Did a lot of Broadway kind of plays and stuff like that, and was very well liked over there. So we're watching this movie because he is in this movie, and he is sort of a star in this movie, I guess. We haven't starred yet, so we can't really tell, but he's third billed. I was looking through his catalog of movies, and most of his movies we have seen, so the ones that he is kind of starring in. So I figured this would be a good one to watch. I think it has an 18% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like I said, it never got released in the movie theaters. I think we're in for a classic right here. If you guys want to
watch us love this movie.
Yeah. Well, me and Liz watched New Year's Eve, which got I think it was like a 13 or a 10 or something on Rotten Tomatoes, and we actually dug it. Like we actually gave it 2 thumbs up at the end of the podcast. So
2 thumbs up.
Two thumbs up. Basically, what this podcast is going to be, we're going to be watching this movie, and we're going to be taking breaks during the movie to let you guys know how this movie goes and just how good or how bad this movie is. I think it's a good thing to actually stop a movie every once in a while if you're watching it with a friend and kind of talk about the movie and make sure you guys are on the same page, and maybe the viewer, the person that you're watching that movie with, just doesn't get what's going on, and you can explain it to them, and they'll have a better experience at with that movie, hopefully. Also, this podcast is for me to let you guys know that I know everybody has busy lives, but every once in a while, take a break and watch a movie. I mean, who doesn't like movies? I can't think of anybody. Terrorists don't like movies, I don't think. They like the bootleg movies. They like to sell them and stuff, but they don't watch them.
The XXX variety.
So in this movie, it is 1 hour and 29 minutes. We're going to round it off to 1 hour and 30 minutes. We will be taking a break at the 30-minute mark, and we will be taking a break at the hour mark, just to let you guys know how this movie is going. If you guys can follow along with us, it is on Netflix. It is free on Netflix. So watch the movie with us, stop the movie with us, and see how you guys agree with us or disagree with us. Comment on below. I'm not sure when this is actually coming out. I'm going to try to get a couple of episodes under the belt first and then start releasing them as we go along. I'm hoping to get one episode a week out. Different guests, but I'm sure you're going to be on it a couple times. Like I said, Liz has been
I'm already
going
to be back Wednesday.
Yep, already back on Wednesday with Sarah. I got a couple other people lined up for this week, so yeah, we're just going to have a good time, and we'll see you at the 30-minute mark.
Woo!
All right, and we're back. 30 minutes into this movie. What do you think so far?
It's actually funnier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it actually is funnier, yeah.
It's funny that the funniest thing is these chair scenes, and they're just hilarious. I will say this movie has everything.
Yeah.
Nazis, monkey cowboys, Alan Rickman naked. I mean,
you do get a naked Alan Rickman in this movie. You do not see his junk, but
they block it with a lion statue.
Yes, it has its funny scenes so far. So the movie starts off with a little cartoon intro to what the movie is going to be about. And pretty much gives us the plot of the movie. And I don't know if it gives you a little too much or not, but...
Yeah, it was kind of like watching a synopsis.
Yeah. It was just a brief overview of what you're in for in this movie. It was fun. It was a nice little cartoon. I enjoyed it. But you do get Colin Firth. He is a painting expert. A curator, right? That's what they call him. Yeah, I don't know if he works for Alan. Yeah, he works for him, right? Yeah, he works for Alan Rickman's character Lionel, who is pretty much perceived as a shithead. Or what are they use some kind of name to call him, shitbag or something like that. But he is the owner of painting.
I have no idea what the company does.
I think they have magazines too, because they kind of mention magazines in the business or whatever. It's not really told to us what the business really is.
I think he's kind of like a Donald Trump.
Yeah, it seems like he owns a lot of different things. So basically, up to this point, what we have is Colin Firth's character, Harry Dean, is plotting to replicate a painting that Alan Rickman's character, I'm just going to say Lionel from now on, I'm not going to say Alan Rickman, but Lionel needs to complete his set of a Monet. It was a painting that he had painted in one day, I think he said it was.
Yeah, it was one day he painted 2 paintings.
Yeah, and one was at dusk and dawn. Yeah. Same picture, but one was at dusk and one is at dawn. He has one of them, and the other one, nobody knows where it went. It was supposedly lost in when the Nazis took over.
What if that's true?
What, that whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched, there was actually a movie recently that came out with Woman in Gold. Had Ryan Reynolds in it. And
I remember that.
It was a true story about she had to get her paintings back. There was some whole big... Yeah, that really did happen. Yeah, they stole all the paintings from the wars and stuff. And I guess they're fighting to get them back now still. But anyway, I mean, yeah, I think it's kind of true. I don't know how true this story is, but but yeah. So basically, that's what we got right now. Colin Firth is it's kind of funny the way it starts off because it makes him like he perceives what's gonna happen in the future.
Yeah,
and
you don't really best at it.
Yeah, he's like the best, and you said it perfect. It kind of reminds you of Kingsman.
Yeah.
He wears the glasses and he's kind of suave and...
His name's Harry in Kingsman, too,
I think so. Yeah, I think it is, actually. And so you see him as a suave, like, almost... He's just this, like, cool character. And then all of a sudden it comes back to reality. Now you're going to get the process of them going through what they need to do, and it's not going to work out the same as he viewed it as this... very easy mission that he was going to be on. Let's just get to Cameron Diaz. Her accent.
How she didn't win an Oscar for this? I don't get it. That accent is spot on.
Spot on. Terrible. She didn't talk for the first 15-20 minutes of the movie. I dug it. I mean, because I'm not very attracted to her. I don't think she's that good looking. But I can see how, I can see how people might think she is, hot or whatever. So she is eye candy in this movie, obviously. What it is Harry Dean is hiring her to portray the person that owns the real painting. And she obviously doesn't have the real painting; is the replica that she has. We're up to the point now where they are meeting with Lionel. They had their first meeting with Lionel, and everything is not going good. You got the scenes where, like you said earlier, the chair scene. He's trying to grab a chair, and it just falls apart. And like there was one scene where the chair was glued to the ground, like he couldn't move it anywhere. And I love Colin Firth for one. I think he's a great actor.
Yeah.
I think he is carrying this movie. Alan Rickman is doing a good job in this movie so far.
Yeah, but he can play this in his sleep.
Yeah, it's not.
You can tell he's having fun, but he's not really acting.
Yeah, it's not a tough role, I don't think, for him. But Colin Firth is really good in this movie so far, I think.
They seem to make a big deal out of Stanley Tucci in the animated thing, and this movie's only an hour and a half long, and a half hour in, he hasn't appeared.
No, he has not appeared yet.
Yeah, like...
We have got a couple of Colin Firth punches in the face scenes that were kind of funny. he got beat up in the bar.
His freaking landlord, man. He punched him so hard.
His landlord hit him in the face because Cameron Diaz's character, PJ, her name is PJ. Oh yeah, but we didn't really go over that. She's a rodeo person. What do they even call those people?
Cowgirl?
Cowgirl, yeah. I guess she's a cowgirl.
I know there's an actual name.
Yeah. She's a cowgirl. She out there roping the pigs and stuff. And one of the funnier scenes was the monkeys riding the dogs. Rodeoing a bunch of sheep or rams or whatever they were.
Yeah.
And that was funny. And you brought it up. Is that a real thing? I don't know if that's a real thing. I'm kind of hoping it is because I'm gonna look it up. And
I want to see that once in my life, like live.
I will attend an event like that.
Monkey son. Monkey wrangling. That
would be great. Yeah, so I mean, up to this point, it's been good. I can't see an 18% rating so far on this movie. I would probably have to rate it a little bit higher than that so far.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
Yeah, it could take a big downward spiral here anytime. We're gonna get back to it. We'll be back in another half an hour to let you guys know how we feel about this movie. And we are back at the hour mark now. Started off with PJ going on a business date with Alan Rickman's character Lionel. She then finds out that Colin Firth's character Harry Dean is gonna be fired, or in the process of being fired, or getting thoughts of firing him, replacing him with a different curator.
A much better one, apparently.
And he apparently is a much better one. And she meets with him, with Lionel. And now the plans are getting even more speed bumps in it. Stanley Tucci looks like David Cross in this movie a lot. His character. He is the other curator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Martin. His name is Martin. He is being called in to the new job, and after the business date, she goes back to Harry Dean, and she's not happy because she doesn't think the plan is gonna go through now. And finally, she tells him, like, "You're fired." He's like, "No, you're fired. I'm the leader of this thing." And she's like, "No, you're fired. Like, you're gonna get fired.
Seriously."
Yeah, you're seriously gonna get fired. So he gets a little worried. He finds out that it's Martin is the one that's gonna be replacing him, and he is not a big fan of Martin. So he calls him on the phone and tricks him into thinking that Lionel is going broke. And his last paycheck didn't go through. That was the last time that we saw Martin, I believe.
Yeah.
Him just going,
That was like 15 minutes ago.
And that was like 15 minutes ago. So now we got Harry Dean and PJ are not getting along at all right now. And Harry Dean is running out of money. His bank account is pretty much empty. He is thinking about selling his prized painting, this little picture of a boy. Mm-hmm. He spent all his money on it, and now he's debating on selling that just in order to keep enough money around because she's not cheap right now. Mm-hmm. She's staying in the most lavish hotel in London. I think they're in London, right?
Yeah.
The most lavish hotel in London now, and she's just not a cheap date, and his money is going very quickly right now, and he is frantically running around. He had just stolen a vase from the hotel, and that's where we're at with him right now. He is in the process.
He left in the lady's room. He doesn't even notice yet.
He was in the process of stealing the vase, and a few funny things have happened to him on his excursion towards stealing this vase, which apparently is a prized vase. he really hasn't said anything about it.
Yeah.
It must be a valuable vase. We have him out on the ledges of the hotel, walking around, and you kind of saw it coming. His pants get stuck on a little metal sharp thing, and now he's walking around pantless, which is kind of funny to see Colin Firth with the high socks and the business suit, the business jacket, and no pants on.
We got to talk about the super racist Japanese guy. That's hilarious.
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna get into PJ and Lionel are going on an actual kind of a date this time, and Colin Firth finds out about it. Harry Dean finds out about it, but they go on this date and they're meeting up with these Asian businessmen who have apparently screwed Lionel in the past somehow. And I don't really know what their business is. It has something to do with
I think it's
TV.
a cable channel.
Yeah, it's like a cable
that he wants to own.
Yeah,
it's like the big one of Japan or whatever.
So we go to the Chinese restaurant where they are meeting, and we meet the interpreter. Now, this is probably my funniest part in the movie so far.
Yeah, it was pretty hilarious.
He is the interpreter, and he is over eccentric, very racist.
It's actually funny because it's part of the movie too. Yeah, because you learn the Japanese guys are just playing him.
Yeah, he's doing it all to the spot.
It's so funny.
Where us Americans like to make fun of the way they talk, and he's doing it as an Asian. And he's talking real slow and enunciating everything. He messes up PJ's last name. He kind of mumbles it. He's like, but then after he's done interpreting, meeting them, he turns to his boss. And what did his boss say?
The Zen moment?
No. When they first did it, they said the little subtitles came up. They are falling for it. This guy is a schmuck. It's all a setup. It's all they're doing it on purpose. It's funny. They sit down to eat. Lionel is not budging at all. PJ actually helps him out and tells them to invite them out to their house, to his house or to a party or whatever, to bro it out a little bit. Another funny thing that they did was, because it wasn't working, he goes, I can't remember exactly what he called him, but then he goes, it's time for the Zen story. And the interpreter guy was talking about going on a mountain in snow and this and that, and just it was so funny.
And it clears and he is reborn.
And the look of Lionel is priceless because he's just sitting there just. It was so funny. His facial expressions in this movie are great. He doesn't even have to say anything, and like you said, it looks like he's having a lot of fun with this movie. And Colin Firth looks like he's having a lot of fun in this movie too.
It's so weird because I've seen him in Kingsman, and then every other movie I've seen him in is super serious.
Yeah,
and he's so goofy. He does it good. He does a good job.
Yeah, and he's serious. He's trying to be serious in this movie, and it's just not working out for him. And it's actually turning out to be a really funny movie. It's so far up to this point, it has surprised me.
I wouldn't say it was good, but it's funny.
Yes, it is funny. It's not. It's no award-winning movie so far, but it is a good watch so far. The part that we're on right now is they're now coming back to the hotel room. Lionel and PJ.
She got stripped down.
Colin Firth and Harry Dean ends up in the hotel room with them. And he's in his boxers, obviously, and she needs to get into something more approachable, as Alan Rickman, as Lionel had said. So she's changing. She's in nothing but bra and panties now, and he's in nothing but boxers and his sport coat, suit or whatever. Lionel walks into the room, and he's just like this. He's like, I'm not gonna look. He's going into the bathroom, and then next thing you know, he comes out, and Colin Firth is back out on Harry Dean is back out on the balcony, and he says, I have practiced at this already, because he's already done this for 15 minutes into the movie in the movie. So we are now at the part where he's outside of the room, and Lionel has just saw PJ and just their bra and panties.
And we're gonna learn about the Shabadar lion or whatever it is.
We're gonna learn about the Shabbatai lion and what exactly what that is. He did
I feel like this is a movie that gets way better the more times you watch it. I really feel like this movie is gonna be funny and like. If we watch this 8 times, it'd be so funny.
Because I think there is a couple things that you might miss the first time watching it.
The lion noise, like, it wasn't really funny, but I feel like it'd be hilarious now. Like
they were in the office buildings, and there was an actual picture of a lion in the background. And when they went to go open up the door, you hear a lion roar out of nowhere, and I'm like, "Did you hear that?" He's like, "Yeah."
I didn't even notice it. Like, it was like a background noise that just fit.
I was like, "There's fucking lions in the office buildings." I don't know. But yes, so we're gonna continue on with the movie, and our final break will be at the end when the movie ends, and we will give our short reviews of each of us, and we will be giving it a score also. I will explain my scoring system after the movie. All right, we'll see you guys in a little while. And we are back. We're done with the movie. Oh, you have anything to say about it?
I would have probably really enjoyed this movie if that one scene with the lion, her wrangling it, that really killed a good portion of this movie for me because it was so stupid.
It was the worst of CGI ever, for one. And it was just
if it was even slightly believable, it would have been okay. But it looked bad. It was stupid.
So where we left off before the last, after the last break was we had Colin Firth, Harry Dean out on the ledge again, trying to get away from PJ and Lionel in their room. He ends up in the room with an old lady from before, which we forgot to mention earlier, had probably one of the funniest fart joke scenes I've ever seen.
I don't think fart jokes are funny at all in movies. I think they're really stupid and childish, but this one was good.
It worked out really well in this one. But he ended up back in her room. And, of course, the hotel desk people, who we haven't really mentioned.
I don't know how we didn't mention them. They're hilarious.
They're hilarious. They're 2 people that work at the hotel at the front desk. And they just pop up out of nowhere all the time. And they had some really funny scenes in the beginning of the movie with kind of like the dick jokes.
The
major. The major. They thought the major was him referring to his penis. But it was obviously the major, who is the guy that paints, the old man that paints the fake pictures, the fake paintings. But anyway, so he ends up in this room with the old lady. And she doesn't notice him at first, and she goes to answer the door, and of course the 2 employees walk in and see what's going on, and they had a conversation or whatever, and then she sees him just sitting there with his boxer shorts on, just sitting there reading the newspaper or whatever. They ended up leaving, and as they were leaving, they said, "We will make sure we put the do not disturb sign on 318." And all of a sudden, Harry Dean goes, 318? Wrong room. He just gets up and leaves. He walks downstairs.
He just walks straight to the hotel.
He walks downstairs in the lobby. Because the whole point of him being upstairs was because he said he had forgot his glasses.
That he was wearing.
That he was wearing, for one. So he walks down the stairs, and he walks by the employees again. And the employees, the guy was like, did you find your glasses? And he goes, "Yep, found them." He kept on walking. He's walking in his boxers still, and he's like, "Did you forget anything else upstairs?" "Nope." Just keeps on walking out the door. So we're getting to the end of the movie here, and this is where the major what do you call it? The climax of the movie. The climax is happening.
Big party.
The big party. We have the Asians there again, who are hilarious again. They throw a little nice little let's get fucked up. This is let's get shit-faced.
It's free.
Yeah, it's free. Yeah. So that was funny. So they're at this big party for the unveiling of the painting. Pretty much, I think. I think that's what the the whole party's for. So you got Harry Dean there.
Yeah, now that you said that, the party really made no sense.
No,
because there was like so many different angles.
Yeah, it was weird. It seemed like it was just a regular party because they weren't.
There was a bunch of other people there that didn't factor.
Yeah, and it's not like it was a big unveiling of him buying the painting because they weren't in the process of buying the painting. They still needed it to be looked at. So I guess the party was for them to look at the painting. The curator to look at the painting. I guess I don't know. The party's never explained. But Harry Dean is there. He sneaks off before Lionel could tell him that he's gonna get fired. He has a different curator coming in. And it's Martin, Stanley Tucci, coming back to reprise his role as the new curator.
He was awesome in all of his scenes. He was funny.
Yeah, he was really funny in all the scenes that he has been in.
Stanley Tucci's always awesome. So.
Yeah. So we got Colin Firth sneaking away to check out the painting. He gets up to the room where the painting is at. And like before, when he was looking into the future to see what was going to happen, it was all going according to the same plan up until you see him take the painting off the wall, which I don't know how he doesn't know there's some kind of an alarm system, or
he's the worst
he's the worst con artist ever. And he works for the company and everything. You would think that he would know there's some kind of security going on.
I interpret it, he's the guy that looked at all these paintings.
Yes!
So how does he not know this?
Exactly. So he takes the painting off the wall to inspect the actual real painting. The
Dawn.
The Dawn one. So he takes it off, and you see in the background, you see the red light going off, blinking or whatever. And he doesn't see it, though. So, flashback to the party, and PJ and Lionel are now talking, and I think he was explaining that the new curator was coming in to check out the painting. And she goes, "Oh, you still got him coming in?" And he's like, "Yes, we have to meet him up in the room." And then he goes, "Where's Harry Dean? I need to talk to him." And clicks in her head like he's upstairs. He told you he was going upstairs. And that's when Lionel goes, hopefully he's not dumb enough to go up there because I have this state of the art like security system that I thought of myself. And you called it. You go, "I hope it's a lion." So flashback to Harry Dean, he has the painting, and he turns around and he sees something. Well, it's the lion cat. It's the cat that looks like a lion. It's adorable. It's a little tiny cat that is
very
shaved like a lion. Just kind of looks at him. Colin Firth looks back at the painting, turns around again, and the same little cat looks back at the painting, and you knew it was coming at that point. Because the camera starts getting closer and closer to Harry Dean, and then he turns around and there's a big, giant fucking lion right behind him. Now, that was the funny part of the whole thing. Just him looking at the lion, seeing the lion, looking eye to eye with the lion. But the bad part was the lion did not look good in this movie at all. I mean, I know it's a comedy and it's not supposed to be like anything like big artsy like CGI kind of thing going on, but they probably could have done a little bit better with this scene. It would have added a little bit more to it. It's just it was a bad CGI work on it. Yeah. But we had him backed up into the corner with the lion, and PJ comes upstairs to save his life. And she rodeos the lion. Yeah. Oh, it was a bad scene. I don't know how they could have done it better, but you kind of saw it coming. Like she was gonna rope him up and everything. He's just sitting on the ground, like all roped up and everything. And she makes a little stupid joke about what kind of knot it was. I don't know. It was not a good scene. It was a good scene to start off with, like with the lion coming in, and it was funny. Like. The lion coming in, but after that the scene kind of broke out and just was not good anymore. So then now we got Lionel coming up, and PJ went and got him, and he comes back up to the room, and he's kind of he told Harry Dean that he's fired. You're done. The new curator's coming in. Cue Stanley Tucci coming in. It was funny. He just has this look on his face. He's coming in. He's all quiet and everything. He has a little monocle going on.
He pulls right out of the front of his pants. For some reason, he has a monocle down there.
It's like It was like out of the old west. Instead of a gun, it was just like the magnifying glass coming out. He inspects the fake painting, and this is where I was a little lost. I didn't know what was going to happen at the beginning. And he looks at the painting, and they're worried about him saying that it's a fake. And it turns out he thought it was real. Yeah, I don't know why. He's supposed to be a really good curator, and
the guy's just a really good painter.
Yeah. I mean, the Major, he's old guy. He's probably in his 80s. He's actually played by Tom Courtney or whatever his last name is. But he was in a really good movie last year. It was called 45. I didn't see it, but it got a lot of recognition. He's a good actor. So he says the painting is good. And surprise, everybody's surprised about it. And then this is where it kind of took a turn where I didn't see it coming. And then I kind of predicted the end when it happened. Because this is when Harry Dean said, no, you're wrong. It's a fake. And he goes over to the painting, soaps it up or whatever with the water or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the painting goes away, obviously. And then whatever painting that he did paint over is in the background. So Lionel gets mad at Martin, the new curator, tells him he's horrible and this and that, and
he gets so depressed that he throws up in his own hands, and it's so funny.
Yeah. Martin goes,
you disgust me. How do you think I feel?
So he fires Martin now. And hires Harry Dean back. He's like, you're back in.
Not as incompetent as I thought you were.
Not as incompetent as everybody thought you were, because I thought he was too. Mm-hmm. I thought he was a horrible con man. But at the end, he ends up being a really good con man. Yeah. Because he does. I kind of called it. I said there has to be something going on, because there's no way they're just gonna walk away from this.
Yeah.
Because he tells Lionel, no, I'm not working for you anymore because you disrespected PJ. Because he kind of said, I don't have any use for you anymore. Leave, whatever. And he was like, no, you disrespecting her. I'm not gonna work for you anymore. And in the back of my head, I'm like, there's got to be something going on, because there's no way you just walk away after that.
Yeah.
And I kind of figured that was why he did that, was just because earlier they had that conversation, PJ and Harry Dean, where she said, be yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe, and that's where I thought it was going. Like he just wanted to be the curator, and he didn't want to be rich and this and that. And obviously I was wrong. And he had Major had actually painted 2 fake pictures, and they had he had already taken down the real one and exchanged it with the fake one.
Yeah.
And had gotten away with the real one, the new one. He had it in a little rolled up kind of thing. So they take off, and they bid their farewells. PJ and Harry Dean sends her back to Texas. I thought she was gonna stay.
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna stay. I'm kind of glad she didn't, because she's annoying. I mean, I think she's annoying in this movie. Yeah, she didn't stay.
She's very annoying.
Yeah, sends her off. He tells her, don't worry, you will get paid. And she ends up finding he had actually given her the painting from his house, which was a very nice gesture. I don't know how much it was worth. They never said.
Yeah,
but I'm guessing it was probably a lot.
To him,
yeah, I'm guessing it was a lot, because he said he wiped out his bank account to buy it. Now we get Harry Dean and Major are going to sell the painting, to the Asian people, and they meet up with the Asian people. Now there's no acting now.
No.
They're straight-laced Asian people, no making fun of themselves or anything, and they're very businesslike. And $11 million or 11 million pounds. I don't know how much that is in American money. I'm gonna guess probably 15, 16 million, somewhere around there. They did the exchange with the wire, and he's like, wow, that's a lot easier than actually counting money. Mm-hmm. Like, I would have probably messed up when I got the 10 million. It was kind of a corny joke or whatever, but for the end of the movie or whatever. And I think that's where it pretty much ends right there. I mean, they sell the painting to the Asian people. Oh, I'll let you explain the last scene. Because
the best scene. I mean, if we're going to honor Alan Rickman, we might as well do it.
R.I.P. Alan Rickman, and I hope I never get to see you ever again like this in another movie that I'm going to watch.
I guess he realized that the painting was wrong.
Yes.
Because he's just standing there, drinking it looked like bourbon or something.
Yep.
And then the screen just pans, and he's butt-ass naked.
Butt-ass naked.
You get a clear shot of Alan Rickman's ass.
See Alan Rickman's ass, and it did not look good.
Nope.
The old man's ass did not look good. Like I said, R.I.P. Rest in peace, Alan Rickman. But I do not want to see your ass ever again. All right, so overall, this movie for me was not that bad. I don't think it deserves the 18% on Rotten Tomatoes. I thought it had some good moments in it. It had some really funny, legit like comedy in it. I loved Colin Firth in it.
Yeah,
I loved seeing him in this kind of role where he was kind of playing the same role that he usually plays, like in the Kingsman and stuff, like that straight lace, but it had comedy in it, and like it was good. Like he had a really good role. I would give him an A plus, like in this role. I liked Alan Rickman, but like you said earlier, I don't think his role was that tough to play for him.
Yeah.
And he was kind of just being Alan Rickman, and
any British actor could have played that role.
Yeah, he could have. But I did like him in it. I did like him in it. I'm glad I get to see this movie with him in it.
It did help that it was him, probably.
Yes, it did. I helped a lot.
It made the role better, because the role would have been probably garbage.
Yes,
if it wasn't him.
exactly.
It's his face.
Yeah, exactly.
Whenever he did something.
Yeah, his facial expressions was the best part of this movie with him. Just his like looks that he gave people were funny, just legit funny by themselves. His infatuation with lions was funny. He just had his little like this, and
I love that it was never explained.
Yeah, it was never explained. He had statues of lions all over the place. Paintings of lions. He had.
I guess it was just this thing.
Just this thing.
You know what I don't get? What was the point of them doing this painting switch? Was it just because he was an ass? Because it didn't seem like he needed money if he kept working. Like, he wasted all of his money doing stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think he was going to earn $11 million working for him.
Well, yeah, obviously.
I think he just wanted to get that quick dollar, and it seemed like at the end of the movie that they were going to be doing more heist and more conman kind of stuff.
It definitely left itself open first.
Yeah, they walked off and they were talking, him and Major, and what did Major he asked Major if he had any if he could work on Michelangelo or whatever. Da Vinci. There you go, Da Vinci. So I think in the future he wants to do more of this con man kind of stuff.
Picasso, not Da Vinci.
Yeah. One of those famous painters. So yes, I like this movie. I would recommend watching it. I would. I mean, it's fun to watch with other people. Don't sit there and watch it by yourself, because I don't think it's going to be as an enjoyable movie. Would I've seen this in the movie theater? Probably not. I like that it was on Netflix and I didn't have to pay for it.
Yeah, I don't think a trailer could. Because the funny parts were the recurring things, like the chair and stuff.
Yeah. And the beginning was a lot funnier than at the end. I thought the middle part was the most dry part. Yeah. It wasn't too much comedy going on. It was more heisty, almost like serious kind of movie. And then it kind of built back up into being a comedy.
I felt like there could only be one funny character in a scene.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They were taking turns being funny characters.
Yeah.
And,
like, whenever Stanley Tucci was on screen, everyone else was dead-ass serious.
Exactly,
he's like a cartoon character, for Christ's sake. So.
We had Cameron Diaz as not funny at all.
No, she was pretty terrible. Like,
I
know you don't like her at all, but, I'm not...
You don't hate her.
I like the movie Bad Teacher.
Yep.
I love that movie. Yep. I thought she was hilarious in that. But, it literally... They should have got someone that could actually do the accent.
Her accent was terrible. It was so terrible to listen to. Oh, man. I didn't like her in this movie at all. Like you said earlier, her best role was The Mask.
Yeah,
The Mask.
First role.
Yeah, the first one. She was in what movie was it with Hitch? She was in Hitch, right? Was that her?
No, that's Eva Mendes.
No, she was the one that she was the other girl that
oh yeah. Was that her?
I think it was her. I'm not 100% sure. I could be dead wrong. But I thought I think it was her.
No, I think she's way hotter.
Yeah.
So I don't like Cameron Diaz's face. Her body's hot though, man.
Yeah. You do get a nice couple scenes with her in just her underwear, and it's
not that she's ugly, but
yeah,
her face is definitely
nice to look.
strongest.
So, did you like this movie?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Enjoyed it. Yep.
It's definitely not my favorite comedy, but it definitely didn't deserve the low rating it got on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I'm gonna explain my rating system for the whole year. I'm gonna
0 out of 7.
What was that?
0 out of 7.
So my rating system is for all movies is gonna be 12 points.
12 points.
Because I might have three of us on at a time. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna distribute those points evenly among the guests and me, obviously. So we get 12 points. We get 6 points each. So you'll be rating it 1 through 6. If we have if I have another guest, then each person will get 4 points. And then at the end of the year, I am going to be doing the best and worst of breaking for movies with Chadwick. For this movie, out of 6, I would probably give it a. You can go half points. You can't do quarter points, but you can do half points. I would give it a. I think it's a little bit less than half, so I would go 2.5. A 2.5 out of 6.
I was gonna give it a 3.
Yeah, that's 3. That's 5.5 points out of 12. That's not terrible. It's almost there. It's almost at the 50% mark. But I recommend watching this movie with friends. It's a good watch.
This might be a fun movie if you're pretty drunk.
Yes,
I feel like it might be a lot funnier.
Yes,
too.
It could be a lot funnier. I mean, we legit laughed at some of these parts, but then again, it's me and you. I mean, we don't. It doesn't take that much for us to laugh.
Yeah,
I could see Shane watching this and laughing his ass off too, because it doesn't take a lot for him to laugh.
I feel like Shane would either love this movie or come to us and be like, "Why'd you guys make me watch this?"
That's how it usually works with him. But I'm gonna end this now. So Gambit gets 5.5 out of 12 stars from us. You will be back on the podcast hopefully later on this week with Sarah. That'll be our first 3-person podcast that I'm going to be doing.
Watching Tank Girl?
I think we're going to watch Tank Girl. That is a Liz Reed recommendation right there. I checked it out, and
I'm pretty sure I tried watching it once, and I couldn't get through 10 minutes of it.
So
it'll be a lot better when there's 2 other people here watching it with me.
We're gonna be signing off. Thank you for watching Breaking for Movies with Chadwick. Like I said, I don't know when this is coming out, but hopefully the beginning of February is when I'm gonna start releasing these things, and it'll be on YouTube. I am part of the Cine Bros still. I'm actually doing the show this Monday. We are doing the best and worst. So this will be coming out after. I don't even know why I'm mentioning it.
This is like a Cine cousin.
Yeah, this is like a sister program off that. You can still find me on YouTube at the Movie House Maniacs. And you can see me posting on the Facebook page of the Cine Bros. And of course, he will be back on that show. He will be on my show. Hopefully, I can get Shane on this show at some point. I know he has a family, and it's hard to get away from his house sometimes. But maybe I might shoot to his house, and we might watch a movie together. I already have it picked out. We will be watching the fourth Bring It On. The fourth one. I don't know the name of it.
All or Nothing?
But, you know it.
Watch it be called that too.
I think it is.
I know All or Nothing.
All right. So I gotta look. Right. It's I think it might be All or Nothing. It's Bring It On. In It to Win It.
It might be In It.
It might be In It to Win It. No, it's not that one. It's I think you're right.
Well, that's so weird. That girl's name is Ashley Benson. I have a friend named that. Sorry, it's completely off topic.
Bring It On. All
right there
or Nothing. Yep, I think it's All or Nothing. Oh yeah, that's the one we're watching. All or Nothing. It's got a 70% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know. Maybe it's out of like 3 people or something. I don't know. But I can't wait for that. That's going to be so much fun. But I am going to sign off. I'm Chadwick. This is DB8, Douglas Berns. You can find him on Facebook. What's Facebook? What's Facebook? Facebook. You can find him on Facebook. Just look up his name. He's part of the Cine family. So, hopefully we can get him on some other shows and stuff. But I'm signing off. See you guys later. Thank you for watching.
Later.